am Jaimee Dorris, Miss Congeniality. Come join me each week as I highlight the exceptional people and places of our beautiful Gulf Coast. It's candid, it's fun.
Get that Mississippi thrill with it.
Beat. You never know what's gonna happen. Prepare to be surprised with me, Jaimee Dorris. I am Miss Congeniality. Hey y'all, and welcome to Miss Congeniality. I'm your host, Jaimee Dorris, and today we're getting really spooky. We're getting in touch with our spirit side. The ghost hunters from Shadowz Paranormal Investigations, they're searching for spirits at this old library in Gulfport. I'm not gonna lie, I'm legit scared of this segment.
So we want to use you as bait tonight.
So I'm getting grounded in Tyler's kitchen beforehand. He's whipping up some soothing, warm, fall-inspired soup, and I'm gonna try not to get it all over myself. But first, it's a special interview with a Gulf Coast leader. She's well known for her work inspiring women. We surprise her with a few blasts from her past. All that and more coming up next. But first, a word from our title sponsor, Lazy Magnolia. Today's special guest is a community leader with a humble past. She is known as the publisher of the Gulf Coast Woman magazine, the co-founder of the popular Success Women's Conference, and she's a cheerleader for all things woman. She's a self-made success, and she's dying to share her story. Introducing the one, the only, Dorothy Wilson! Dun-dun-dun. I've never been here before. Hello!
Look at you!
It's so good to see you. Come on in.
All right, thank you.
I've got to give you a big old hug. You look fabulous.
Oh,
Thank you for having us.
I'm so proud of you and what you're doing.
I'm proud of you too. So this is where Gulf Coast Woman Queen lives. Look at this. It looks like a scene in your magazine.
Hey. What can I say? My favorite colors.
Is it really? Wow. Well, thank you for having us in your home.
I'm so happy to be spending this morning with you, hanging out.
Yay. So something you told me over the phone is you wanted to talk about your beginnings.
Yes.
So, how should we get started? Is there a picture of somebody you would like to get this interview started off with?
Yes. Come
Show
on
us
over
around.
here. This is my mom.
That is your mother.
And she passed away this year.
It says 2019 on it.
And she's my hero. Let me take you back, the way
All right,
back.
take us back.
My childhood, growing up, I watched my mom in just a really difficult situation. My dad was a wonderful person, very smart, owned businesses, lost businesses. Just his life took a turn, and he became a weekend alcoholic. He'd start drinking on Thursday, and he would become a different person. And so watching my mom live through that very abusive situation, verbally, physically abuse.
Physical too?
Running through the woods,
wow.
bullets firing as we're running, and nightgown, no shoes.
Bullets firing.
Crazy, just crazy. But in all of that, I'm the youngest of 6 children. I watched my mama, and I felt like she was helpless, that she was like a fly caught in an ointment. And I felt, as the youngest, 4, 5, 6 years old. She finally left when I was 8.
She left your dad?
Yeah, she left my dad.
Yeah.
And we left the little country town that we lived in, and we moved to the city. But I felt as though my hands were tied behind my back. Aww. And I had tape on my mouth because I was helpless. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't say anything. There was nothing I could do to change the situation. And I think that as I grew older, that was like the base. It was like the kindling of
Yeah.
a fire on the inside of me that I was not only going to realize my fullest potential, but I was going to do everything in my power to help other women. And that's exciting.
And it all started with your mother.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Dorothy and I have a completely different connection other than the fact that we're in media. We actually have the connection of what?
Georgia.
Georgia!
We're Georgia girls, UGA.
We both went to school
Come on,
at
come on,
Georgia.
come on.
Okay.
Sick 'em.
So you guys, after the break, we're going to take Dorothy back to her college days in more ways than one. So stay with us.
Oh, that was fun already.
Boom! Stay tuned for more MS Congeniality.
Do you know Petro? You definitely should. This is Tony Petro. His name is well known in South Mississippi after 30 years in the car business. Now he's bringing his trusted name to the coast. Welcome to Petro Chevrolet and Petro Cadillac in Pascagoula.
Jonathan, we are thrilled to finally be open for business here in coastal Mississippi. We're always focused on the customer first, and that's really what the Petro brand is all about. So visit us online.
And come by and see us here at Petro Chevrolet and Petro Cadillac in Pascagoula.
How do I look? I also found some popcorn in your pantry while I was. Is this your popcorn?
Hey, enjoy yourself.
Oh, good, good.
I love it.
You and I went to Georgia together, and we
Yeah.
both graduated from the Grady School of Journalism.
Journalism, yes.
Go figure, right?
Yes, hey.
But you're from Georgia, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Where in Georgia are you from?
Augusta, home of the Masters.
Woohoo! I lived there.
Really?
We didn't talk about this, did we?
No, we didn't. I love that place.
Well, I have to know.
Mm-hmm.
You said that your parents couldn't afford to send you to school at Georgia, and it was a very big step for you.
Yes.
How?
Yes.
This is a big question. How did you afford to send yourself to Georgia?
It's all about making a decision that you want to do something.
Okay.
And then you take on this by any means necessary. And so my high school teachers, routed me towards scholarships and grants and different things. I applied for financial aid, and so I was determined that I would go. And I literally remember Saturdays where I the meal plan went Monday through Friday, and so Saturday, Sunday, I had no food. And I remember people would call me and say, "Well, how are you doing?" And it's like, "Can you send me some cans of soup?"
So how many jobs did you have at Georgia?
Okay, so
Because this is the big question.
so I had a work-study job in the library.
And then?
So that was like from 11:45 to 1:32, so a couple hours a day. And, I put books up and all that stuff. It was so boring. Oh my God, it was awful. And then during the week, I worked at Burger King at one point. I worked at Dairy Queen at one point. But then my steady job was McDonald's. I worked at the McDonald's at the mall.
So you worked at Burger King and McDonald's.
3 jobs.
Ah!
3 jobs.
Well, folks, and what she doesn't know is we have a burger challenge for her. I know this was a really long time ago, but I want to know from your extended burger experience if you can tell the difference between the burgers, which is which. I know it's been a while.
This is a Big Mac and that's a Whopper.
Is it really? How do you know?
The sauce.
What's the sauce on that one?
This is the McDonald's special sauce.
Okay.
And I can tell by the size of this one that is a Whopper.
All right.
Whopper.
So, are there one thing you told me? Now let's go over here. So, something you told me on the phone that nobody knows about you is she is obsessed with football, and not just football, but Georgia football.
Yes.
So, have you ever been to a bowl game?
No bowl game. I would love to go to a playoff game. Would love it.
Is this like your biggest dream?
It's one of my dreams. Yes.
Is there
One
any
of my dreams.
any other unfulfilled dreams that you have in your life?
I get asked that often. I guess, once you're 50 or older, people want to know, so, have you realized all of your dreams or whatever?
Your bucket list items.
Yeah. And
bowl game.
I don't have a hard time answering that because I think that my answer is not the typical, I want to go on a beautiful trip, an Alaskan cruise, or or, you know, have millions of dollars. You know, all of that would be nice.
I was about to say, that would be kind of nice. I'd like that.
But for me, the big thing, the driving thing is creating legacy. And what that looks like is raising my 2 sons in a manner where they have integrity, where they have character, and they have a great work ethic. And then teaching them that I'm not raising them, but I'm raising my grandchildren.
Ooh,
So-
you're thinking really far in advance. Yes.
And I tell them that we can travel this earth for, you know, 80, 90, even 100 years. What really matters about life? I mean, it's like, it's just but a you know, vapor, you know, and we're gone. Life is really short, and you have that perspective as you get older. But the thing is that what did you do that mattered? What will live on past you being here? And my mom and my grandmother live on now in me and in my sister. Yeah.
Well, and you're going to live on in me and everybody else's life that you've touched. Thank you so much for being with us today. Up next, we're headed to Tyler's kitchen for a delicious fall lunch. Stay with us. What's the one thing you want to do before you die?
Just hang out with my husband some more.
That's it?
Yeah, he's fun.
I want to go to Madrid, Spain, and hang out in the library and look up all the bills of lading for the sunken treasure ships. And I'm going to find me a treasure ship in the Bahamas. I'm going to go dive on it, and I'm going to pull up a pile of gold.
I love it.
Look at all the stuff you can get from Coastal Hardware.
The secret is out, Jamie. The best shopping on the Gulf Coast is right here at a hardware store.
We've got lumber, tools and hardware, lawn and garden, plumbing, Neutrina feed, paint, toys, gifts, jewelry, clothes. Don't forget the boots and bird feeders. We are more than a hardware store. Come experience our southern hospitality, Highway 603, The Kiln.
Some giant beer cans, hurricane wreckage.
Spaceships.
Where are the rides?
Scientology Church.
It's the Oral Keep Museum of Art. Visit our website at georgeorr.org and become a member of the Mad Potter Society. We promise we won't make you stand on your head.
Hey y'all, and welcome back. We are on the set of Tyler TV, the official MS Congeniality cooking star, Tyler Cambry. Tyler, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for always being here with your good next day nutrition meals.
Yes.
You know, today I'm going to be watching and looking for a ghost, so I'm going to need something a little more grounding. What you got for
Good
us?
thing we got some soothing butternut squash soup.
Yum!
Yes, and what we're going to prepare this, as you know, plant-based, no dairy, so no cream. And one may ask, why would you do this? And what I want you to know about dairy is that it causes a lot of inflammation in the body. And so if we can avoid it by replacing it with certain ingredients, why not? It'll still taste good. You'll find out.
Okay.
So let's dive in.
How does it work?
All right, so we're going to start with, before we've sauteed with vegetable broth, but this time we're going to use coconut oil for
Coconut oil to
some
saute.
flavor, for some flavor, yes. Toss that in there, and then you can add your red onions and garlic.
And now we're going to pretend like we're sauteing
Yeah, this
right
is, and
here,
this
right?
is you hear that? Yeah, steaming up, getting ready. And so once that gets nice and sauteed, we're going to take the butternut squash. And what's great about butternut squash, if we remember about lycopene and how the pigment itself is beneficial, this contains the carotene, which is very good for the skin. And so good in fact that it actually acts as a UV repellent. So when we have enough beta carotene, it protects our skin from the harmful effects of UV light.
So would I just not have to wear sunscreen anymore?
Well, I mean, depends on how sensitive your skin is, but I won't jump to any conclusions on that. And while that's sauteing, we're going to add some curry powder, some cayenne, and some cinnamon. Ooh. And cinnamon's loaded with antioxidants, so make sure you have lots of that. And it tastes good, so keep that up. And so while that is cooking up, and as the potatoes start to get nice and coated, that's not potatoes, that's butternut squash. And we're going to add coconut milk instead of dairy. Any cream, so we just pop this puppy open and make sure you shake the can with coconut milk because we want to make sure it's not solidified on there. And you can just toss this whole puppy in there.
I love coconut oil, by the way.
Nice.
Oh,
And
yum.
also a little vegetable broth.
You gonna pour it in there for me?
Stir that up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring that to a boil and let that simmer for about 15 minutes. And when it is done, we have something that looks a little like this.
Oh, it kind of looks like a curry.
Yeah, but a little sweeter. And so the butternut squash is gonna be nice and tender at this point. And so what we do, you wanna let it get a little closer to room temperature so you don't burn yourself as we transfer it to the blender.
The mighty
And
blender.
yes, yes.
You know, when I do this with other soups, I'm sorry.
Hope you're sticking around to clean a little later.
I'll help you clean, sorry. But when
And-
I do this with other soups, I have the tendency of getting it everywhere. So.
Oh, see that, I see that. And so you're just gonna pop the lid on, get that blended, ready to rock, and when it comes out, it'll look, boom. And then you pour it in your favorite bowl, and it looks a little something like this. So we top it with some pumpkin seeds. And pumpkin seeds are great because they are very beneficial to brain health and actually help improve your mood. So, yes.
I can't wait to dig in.
Let's
Here you
dig
go.
in.
Boom. You
Boom.
get a spoon, I get a spoon. I love soup. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Boom. It
That's
is
what's up.
sweet.
It's good. Sweet and
It's
spicy.
sweet and oh, I want some more.
And if you want some of this, we can deliver it to you. You can go to nextdaynutrition.net and we cook for you and deliver to your door so you don't have to worry about a thing except eating.
Yes. And he does a great job, by the way, and that's at nextdaynutrition.net. Tyler, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for always showing off your fantastic recipes. Mwah! All right, y'all, it's now time for the ghost. On the other side of the break, we're gonna take this to a walk on the wild side. Hope I'm ready for this.
How do I keep a healthy body? Eat my veggies. But really, there's more to it than that. In order to have a healthy body, you need to live a healthy lifestyle. My name is Tyler Cambry, and I have a plan for you to transform your life. Learn more at tylercambry.com.
Welcome to Antonian Salon. I'm Amory Wally, the owner. My mother opened the salon in 1996. My husband works here, my cousin works here, my sister works here, and once you work for us, your family. We are the Gulf Coast go-to glam squad. We do hair, we do nails, we do makeup. We are there for you on your special day. Come see us at Antonian Salon here in Gulfport.
And we're back. Today we are doing something I am deathly afraid of. We're looking for ghosts. We're following the Shadowz Paranormal group out of Biloxi, and we're over here in Gulfport at the old library. They say this place is haunted. Rumor has it that the lady who was the librarian here for 27 years, Maria Persons, that she's still here. So the library is known as Carnegie Library, and people who are in this building by themselves say that they hear people walking up, or somebody walking up the stairs, flushing toilets, jingling of things, and they can't explain it. And I'm wondering, is it really haunted? George, you're with the investigation crew
Yes,
here
ma'am.
today. What are y'all doing exactly?
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to rule out or try to disprove all the claims. And the reason for that is we take the scientific method to rule it out. And if we can't rule it out scientifically, then it is what it is, paranormal.
Oh my God, I am really scared of this. Are you scared of ghosts at all?
No, I mean, this is probably one of the 500 or 600th case I've done. We've been doing this for about 12 years here with Shadowz Paranormal along the Gulf Coast. So this is, fairly easy for us.
Do you really think she's here, the librarian?
There's a good possibility with all the claims of the toilets flushing, seeing shadows or hearing voices and things moving, possibly seeing shadows in the building. So we'll just have to kind of take our time and go through and just disprove it.
Do you think we're actually going to see anything or hear anything? Are we talking to her? Do you know?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we haven't really gotten into the equipment and gone through. So as we walk through, we'll see what happens. And maybe with you here, you might be able to stripe something up.
Do I need to tell her Miss Congeniality's here?
No, but I would say hello to her just to be respectful, and then we'll go from there.
All right, you heard it from the man yourself. We're gonna set all the equipment up, and we'll catch you on the other side looking for Marie,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Marie
Yes, ma'am.
Persons. So George, tell me, what all are y'all doing? How are you setting up here to see if you find this ghost?
Okay, so the first thing we're doing is we're setting up digital IR or night vision cameras, and that'll try to catch any type of video that we get, so we can try to either prove or disprove shadows or movements or noises. We'll have audio recorders placed throughout the facility, and we'll have other pieces of equipment as paranormal sensors. For example, an Ovilus device, which is what they call an ITC device, that allows you to put energy into the field where, in theory, the spirits can actually take words and talk back to you. So we'll have that in live video and be able to see if they talk back to us.
Now, is there any possibility that she's not going to show up because we're here?
There's always a possibility with us being here for the first time. They may not want to react with us. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Is there anything I need to know going into all this? Because I'm scared of ghosts.
First off, be prepared that if you do hear a noise or you do get startled, try not to run. That's the first thing. Second thing is try to be careful. You see we have cables along, we have a lot of power equipment. You want to just kind of be cognizant of your surroundings. But other than that, we got you taken care of.
All right, you heard it from the man yourself. Here we go. After the break, we're going right into this ghost investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
So, do you believe in ghosts?
No. No.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Sometime when I look in the mirror.
No. I thought I've heard some, but I've never seen one.
Stay tuned for more Miss Congeniality.
All are welcome at the Mockingbird Cafe. We believe in the connectedness of our community, and that has always been our driving force. We've been called the living room of the Bay, but I think we're more like the kitchen table of your favorite auntie. Beautiful meals, business deals, romance, political aspirations, everything goes down here. Homemade biscuits and homemade jam. We have terrific coffee and yoga upstairs. Come see us in Old Town Bay St. Louis.
Let's talk about something that women don't want to talk about, and that is incontinence. We at the Women's Clinic have a simple procedure that we can do to take care of that. We use the Photona laser. It's a simple procedure. You have tightening, you have enhanced lubrication. Sex isn't painful anymore, and you don't have that leakage that you deal with on a daily basis. Come see us at the Women's Clinic in Gulfport. We're right by Gulfport Memorial Hospital.
Since you're asking all these questions about the equipment we're using, we want to offer something up to you because we don't have a lot of opportunities where new people come and investigate with us. So we want to use you as bait tonight. For about 5 minutes, we want to put you in a room, the darkest room we can find, all by yourself with a piece of equipment and see if the entity will come react with you. Are you willing?
No. I mean, yes, no.
We're only 10 feet away.
You're not, you're kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. You came, so you have to be one of us, and you've got to experience it for yourself. All I want to know is if you're willing.
I'm sorry, I'm scared. I can't do this. Oh.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes. It's not that long.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
2 minutes.
Or 20 seconds. You heard it. It's all you.
It is like the one thing I am deadly scared of is ghosts. I mean, that and failure, but I am really scared of ghosts.
You got this. I'm really freaking scared. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. They're gonna make me go in the bathroom and sit there by the toilets that flush by themselves. You think this is not funny?
Bad timing, wouldn't it?
So we're going to sit you down first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a headset to put over your ears. And the reason for that is to take away the sensation of hearing. You're more vulnerable with that without your hearing. And then I'm going to give you a blindfold. And the blindfold is to make it as dark as possible. And then I'm going to place this K2 in your hand and the Ovilus in your other hand. And again, the Ovilus device is the one that may talk to you.
So I'd like to ask, is anyone here with us today? One of my friends has come to see you. She would like to see that you would come and talk to her. If you could come up real close. Can you tell us your name? You on here, so I see you as a stick figure now, and you're kind of highlighted in red. So I'm far enough away from you now where if something else comes in, it'll clearly come up as a stick figure, and we'll be able to see where it's at.
I would actually like to experience feeling the presence.
I couldn't hear anything, I couldn't see anything, and then they started talking to the spirit, and I was both so super duper scared and at the same time like wanting something to happen but not. It's a really weird feeling. And then it got cold in there. And are we allowed just to walk around? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now that could be. There was a prison next door in the parking lot, and this was the old jail office.
It's warm in here. It's very warm.
Yeah, the bench right above you, and I don't feel...
So that's somebody?
So this is someone sitting in that chair in there, and everybody was out here except for the cameraman and me standing behind him with this. And that is an entity that's sitting in the chair that's in there.
So that was the SLS monitor. So basically it reads a sensor of energy around you. So it wasn't reading you, it was reading something next to it. And that could have been Maria. We don't know. We'll have to check the audio and see if we can confirm. And we put you in the darkest place we could. We took all your senses away. And what did you feel? You felt cold. You maybe heard some noises. You maybe felt someone around you. That's what we try to see, because you can't dispute that if you felt it.
Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this spooky Halloween episode of MS Congeniality. If you want to see more episodes of MS Congeniality, go to my website, mscon.tv. If you like my hair, go see my stylist at Antonia Salon in Gulfport. With all that being said, I am MS Congeniality. Whew. That bathroom thing. Oh my bejesus. Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yes.
But you don't believe in them?
I don't believe in them, but I do believe I saw something.
No.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
I'm a retired trauma nurse. You do not want me to. I have seen more dead people and more ghosts than you can imagine.